Siemka, witajcie w kolejnym odcinku ESO. Ja jestem Gamer Troll z ESO. I chcemy dalej robić quest naszego paktu. Musielibyśmy wrócić do Stonefest. Bo na drodze do Deshan powinniśmy dostać list. Idźmy do Wayne. Jest ten shrine. Jest. Siema! Live się właśnie zaczął na YouTubie z Elder Scrolls Online. Zapraszam. Dobra, więc w Stonefells jest jakiś koleś. To jest. Gdzie my mamy się widać? Gdzie jest Dishan? Od Dishan jest na dole. Okej. Dishan jest na dole. Nie chodźmy tu. Co to są? Dlaczego tu jeszcze są questy?
My apprentice thinks he's the archmage of a
Już mamy
college.
wszystkie questy zrobione. A mamy tu jeszcze coś.
Strange meeting you out here in the wilds. After Davon's watch, I hadn't expected to see you again. If I might say it, another minor issue has arisen.
What happened?
He thinks he's a magical genius. To prove a point, he's transformed his brother into a goblin. A lady goblin. The chieftain of the nearby Shadowsilk tribe has taken him prisoner. He has every intent of taking Dethys as his tribal matron.
Goodbye. Ja mam pogadać z...
Filthy goblins stole my wine.
Z kim mam pogadać? Govendran. Govendran. On the road to Dessa. No i nawet nie wiem, gdzie jest bridge. Jest Demon's Watch, to nie nas nie interesuje. Gdzieś na dole. O! Co to jest?
I can't believe this. Injured on my first real mission.
Gerwindran? To on? Tak! Tu jest Zone Quest. Jak go nie zauważyłem wcześniej.
I just arrived from Deshan. Dethisum sent me. Perhaps you've heard of him? He's the consul for the town of Circamora, the Cirque. I'm here to spread the word and warn people about the Lodos plague. It is a terrible sickness that is ravaging the Deshan countryside. Look, I need to send word to my cousin Dandry. You can find her at the Cirque. Can you take this letter to my cousin? I'd appreciate it. Thanks for your help. Make sure you tell my cousin that I'm all right. If you head south, you won't be able to miss the Cirque. Tell her I'll return home as soon as I'm able. It's pretty bad. The people all over the region are getting sick. And they say that the plague turns the afflicted into monsters. The town consul, Dethisum, sent me to get help and warn other settlements about the plague. Well, truth be told, you're the first person, other than the bandits I've run into, and the afflicted heading for the Cirque. There's a lot of them. Word of the curative has spread faster than the plague itself, as far as I can tell. That's what the Mulburn claim. They showed up at the Cirque and set up a quarantine. They're offering their curative to anyone who wants it. But Dethisum isn't convinced they're telling us the whole truth. Dethisum doesn't trust them. Neither does his sister, Arona, as far as I can tell. They do appear to be too good to be true. But they claim to be able to cure anyone afflicted with the plague. That's why they set up the quarantine at the Cirque. Neither had I. Not until they showed up on our doorstep. They seemed to be some kind of altruistic society dedicated to helping the afflicted of Morrowind. Now that I think about it, they did have an awful lot of weapons for a group of healers.
Okej, mamy nowy quest. Dobra, zostawcie. Ja pierdolę. Zapalę cię. Gdzie on jest? Będę ja mam się tam dostać. To jest góra jakaś. Jak abo? Jak tam? Może gdzieś jest most. Ten. Jeden ten. Jak idą drogi? To jest główna droga. To jest główną drogą. A, na pewno. My stąd cel jeszcze nie zrobili. Ale robimy questy. Dobra, czyli dobrze. Musimy iść do Deshan. Bo ja chcę wszystkie osiągnięcia zrobić. O kurwa! Ja pierdolę! Chuj! Nie tędy. Gdzie w ogóle poszedłem? Przez to, że spadłem. Teraz tu ja zrobię. I zjebałem. Zjebałem. Po prostu zjebałem. Nie ma tędy przejścia. Jak się kurwa tędy dostać? Tu jest most. Jak się tu dostać? Most jest tutaj. Wejdź tu! Pierdolę. Gdzie masz kurwa czaszkę? I tu jest przejście do Deszan. Great.
Who knew that so many afflicted would flock to the Cirque? All these people, they're so sick. A letter from my cousin. That's wonderful news. I'm glad to hear you made it to Stonefall safely. Thanks for bringing this to me, friend. I co dalej? Quarantine.
kwarantinsze. Ale to nie jest on. Drogi jadra. Dobra, idź się zarejestrować.
There you are. It's about time you got here.
O,
Where have you been? I've been waiting for you to arrive for days now. Hold on. Are you all they sent? Didn't the tribunal send you? Well, no matter. I'm just glad you're here. This is Circa Mora, the Cirque. The Lotus Plague reached us right before the Malborn arrived. They claim they're here to help, but I don't trust them. In all the confusion, I'm embarrassed to admit that I lost track of my brother, Dethisum. He's the town consul. Yesterday he went to check on the townsfolk afflicted by the plague, but he's disappeared. Can you help me find my brother? Someone in town must know what happened to Dethisum. He loves to visit and chat with all of our neighbors. Come on. The sooner we find my brother, the sooner I can start thinking about dealing with the plague. Oh, by Bavek! Where are my manners, of course? That's the least I can do since you agreed to help me find my brother. What would you like to know? As the ranking member of House Redoran in this town, he's more or less the one in charge. He's good at it too. The townsfolk look to him for leadership and advice. And truth be told, so do I. The Malborn. They're a fairly new sect, as far as I can tell. Part mercenary group, part compassionate charity. They've been helping those afflicted by the plague. They showed up here and set up a quarantine, and now they claim they have a cure. They have members from across Morrowind, and they're always looking for new recruits. I heard one of them speak in Kraganmore. Lot of nonsense, if you ask me. Nostrum Breva is in charge of the quarantine, and she's the one handing out the curative. As the ranking member of House Redoran in this town, he's more or less the one in charge. He's good at it. You haven't heard about the Lotus Plague? People get sick, turn violent. Some claim they become monsters, but I haven't seen it. At least not yet. The Malborn have a cure. They promised to fix this. That's why we let them set up their quarantine. By the three, this place smells terrible.
o Boże.
Oh, look at me. I'm a terrible mess. You really must excuse my dreadful appearance. I haven't been feeling very well lately. By the way, you haven't seen Nostrum Breva, have you? She promised to bring me more of the Malborn curative. Dethisum, the town consul? Such a nice young man. Why, I do recall that he came to see me yesterday. He said he had other townsfolk to check on, but that he would bring me a curative as soon as he could. The curative? Remarkable stuff. Tastes awful, but wipes the plague right out of your system. One of those delightful Malborn gave me one a few days ago. Nostrum Breva, she called herself. But I think I need another dosage. I may be ill and bedraggled, but I still have my manners. What would you like to know? Oh, I couldn't say for sure. Perhaps the alchemist Nalene would know. I can tell you that I started feeling ill a few days ago after I drank the Malborn curative. She said that would happen. You have to get ill to get better, the Malborn said. Such a polite young woman, that Nostrum Breva. Claimed they were here to provide the help the tribunal refused to give. They have a curative for the plague, you know. Vile stuff, but the best medicine always tastes terrible, my mother always said. Oh, I couldn't say for...
Okej, czyli to jest plaga.
Uncle, are you all right? You look so pale. No wonder my brother wouldn't let me come by to visit.
Don't worry about me. I'll be back on my feet in no time. But what about you? Your brother said that neither of you had taken the curative yet.
Uncle, I'm not sure about these Malborn, and their curative sounds too good to be true, but don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself.
I see Arona has conscripted a new soldier into her private army. Is Dithisum missing? He was by yesterday for a visit. I know he had other stops to make. He did seem concerned about the Malborn, though. Sealing themselves in their quarantine, no longer providing the curative. It made him furious. My niece's visit was more than enough. I feel better already. Besides, I've overcome worse ailments than a queasy stomach and a bad cough. I'll be fine. Well, a good conversation is like a hot bowl of guar liver soup. It soothes the aches that ail you. Well, I think it was 12 mornings ago. The day the wild Nyx got into the brooding elf's trash receptacles. Nostrum Breva had the quarantine up in a matter of days. Then she started distributing the curative. They call it the Lodos Plague. Maybe Vivek knows where it came from, but I certainly don't. I can tell you that it's going to have to try harder if it really wants to kill me. Or turn me into some kind of monster, if you can believe the stories. I am a blood kin of House Rederum, if that's what you're asking. More a third cousin twice removed, if you want to be specific. But I've been close to Arona and her family since she and Dithisum were children.
Jego.
Grell! Grell, are you in here? By the tribunal! Grell!
Grubo.
Poor Grell. What in Oblivion's name happened to him? Let's get out of here. The sicker people get, the more incoherent they become, and now it looks like the rumors are true. The Lotus Plague does turn people into monsters. I don't think we're ever gonna find my brother. The quarantine. I guess it makes sense that Dethesam would want to go see what the Malborn are doing in there. And I've yet to see any evidence that the curative works. All right, if you want to go to the quarantine, I'll go with you. The Malborn set up the quarantine around the old graveyard. In the beginning, they were letting people inside and freely distributing the curative, but they closed the front gate a few days ago and haven't responded to any of our requests. Dethesam provided them with the old graveyard key when they first arrived, and I've seen Malborn coming and going through the back gate. If we go to the back gate, I'm sure we can get one of the Malborn to let us inside.
Get me affected. I am dead.
Look, it's just like I told you. The Malborn are using the back gate. Let's see if one of them has the key.
Czekaj, próbujesz skajsza.
Hey! What are you idiots doing? Do we look like plague husks to you? I'm hurt! Move! Heal me! Did you see that? They attacked us. And for no good reason. Let's find the key and see what the Malborn are hiding in there.
Ta broń jest słaba.
You have to open those gates eventually, you swits!
What are they up to in there? And why won't they let me get a look at their curative? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you standing there through the haze of my indignation. Can I help you? No, wait. You can help me. I'm the town alchemist, and I want to get a sample of the Malborn curative. They refused to give me any. Proprietary formula, they said. Well, I want to figure out what's in this miracle elixir. I don't trust anything labeled proprietary. Do you always skip ahead in the story? No one has an iota of patience anymore. But yes, I need a few bottles of the curative. I'm sure you'll be able to find some inside the quarantine. Then we'll see what's in this proprietary formula. Just watch your step in there. I don't trust these Malborn or their good intentions. As long as you promise to collect the curatives as soon as we're done, ask away.
Dobra, nie chcę.